Okay, hi everybody. I wanted to come to your conference in May, but I was also scheduled to speak on the same day at my own conference, so that didn't work out. So I'm really happy that Sherry gave me an opportunity and Rick has helped me to connect here so I can give you a little update on what's going on at the national office. Ready?
Yep, ready.
Okay, here's your board of directors this year. You will recognize some very familiar faces there, and we are working very hard to bring you the best we can in your association. Okay, I want to highlight some key goals. All right. Let's begin with our 6 organizational goals that we're aggressively pursuing this year. The first one is to achieve an end-year membership of 44,000 members, and we're close to it. Membership recruitment and engagement and retention are fundamental to our association, and you are our best ambassadors. Our goal this year is to surpass that 44,000 member group, so we hope we will do so. We hope you're planning to come to St. Louis. We always want to give you the best conference that we can for the price, and the price is lower this year. It's closer for you guys, so I hope to see a lot of you there. We have lots of surprises for you, and I'll get a little bit more into that as I go along. Third is our mission to provide top quality education to the ED community, not just your members, but remember every emergency nurse can access information and education through ENA. So we want to ensure that our branded courses are current and the best information we can give you. The next EMPC revision is expected to launch in early next year, and both TNCC and the GENE courses are currently in revision. And new this year is something called Conference on Demand. I don't know if you've seen it or joined it. It provides selected presentations from last year's annual meeting for CEs. And there's also a new Advantis course providing advanced practice courses online. So check those things out under education. All right, the board has directed operations to move forward with implementing an online testing system for TNCC and EMPC starting next year. And this is really amazing because I don't think we've caught up with the technology. We're still doing a lot of things on paper. So we're going to make this elevate the quality of our courses and also improve technology for directors, instructors, and attendees. We launched our new website in June. We're working out the glitches because I know there has been some, and we hope that with increasing usage, we will be able to navigate more effectively. I hope you were able to join in with the webinar that was just provided for us last week, I believe, because I was in Kentucky and watching it there. It was trying to help us to find what we're looking for, because I think that's been our biggest challenge. There'll be more on that too coming up. So, because we've been talking about that back and forth to the board, and we know that members are having difficulty with finding things. So we're hoping to make that a little easier for you, especially for your delegates looking for General Assembly information that's coming up soon. And our budget performance has been favorable so far for the first and second quarters, and that's a good thing. All right, here's our membership over the past 1, 2, 3, this is our 4th year tracking this, and we're in the second quarter, which is the one that's circled at the top. So right now we have 42,444 members as of the end of June, and that's the most updated number that I have for you. But you can see that we're doing better as the years go by, and that's a great thing. All right, Conference on Demand is our new online education system that we wanted to share with you. We launched March and June sessions in this year so far, and it's available under the Education tab and eLearn. So each course includes live webinars, 1 live webinar, 3 recorded sessions from annual conference of last year, and an e-poster gallery, and offers up to 4.25 contact hours for a fee. And almost 1,000 folks have participated so far. It's a good course, and they picked some really great programs from last year. Also, don't forget that ENA offers free CE presentations every month, so be sure to check out your educational options often. And just sign up for it, put it in your shopping cart, and it's there for you. Make sure that you accomplish your course use. I think it goes for almost 2 years, and just make sure you do it before it expires. All right, a little bit on government relations, which is one of my favorite new topics. So the House passed a bill in May for the Affordable Care Act, and the Senate failed to come to an agreement on anything. So we're going to kind of just let the politics lie. But what I want to tell you is that ENA has sent a couple of letters to senator leaders urging them to please protect access to care for ED patients, and the fact that Medicaid covers a lot of cost for patients coming to emergency departments, as you well know. If they don't pay through insurance or out of pocket, many times they don't pay at all. So without those reimbursements, we would fall on our faces. So we have to be sure that we somehow protect access and lose those benefits. The bill that came through the House earlier this year when we were on Day on the Hill area took away the emergency services as an essential health benefit. So that was a bad thing. And so we're hoping that if they come up with something, at least it will improve those items that we just talked about. While we were on Day on the Hill, just want to bring this couple things up. Our two asks or our support pieces were the EMS standing order bill that permits EMS providers to continue to use standing orders to administer controlled substances to patients during an emergency situation. So we're talking pain control, we're talking airway management, things of that sort. So that passed in January and went through the Health Committee of the Senate, which is the first committee that it would go through, in a record 2 days. In fact, I talked to one of my senators about that, and he said that was amazing. So he thought this was going to be very well supported through the Senate. The second one was Mission Zero Act, and this is an interesting bill. It helps to embed military trauma care providers in civilian trauma centers to maintain the military trauma readiness and also share best practices with the civilians. So this has been apparently well accepted also. The Senate introduced a bill in May, and the House introduced another bill in June, and it's also in committee. So that's where those pieces are right now. On the state level, we've had 8 members in 7 states testify on specifics regarding workplace violence, injury prevention, public safety. And hold on, I just got a little doodad in my face here. Sorry. Oopsie. Okay. So, you know, there's lots of things that we can't do on the federal level because they just don't do it that way. You have to go state by state, and you have to keep, you know, tromping the streets and going in front of these people and making your story personal. So hopefully we're getting at least some opportunities for ENA to become the experts in the areas that we're dealing with, and it's a really great way of getting your faces out there. And if you need any help, government relations through ENA has 2 wonderful guys. Richard works on the federal level and Rob works on the state level, and they're always there to help. So don't hesitate to ask them if you need anything. And also just to be involved in what's going on. There's so much in healthcare in Congress and on your state level. So at least join the ENA's 411 legislative network, and you can just be a lurker. You can sit in the background and pay attention and get alerts and see what's happening. You don't have to do anything or say anything if you don't want to get involved, but obviously it's becoming, advocacy is becoming one of ENA's best most popular things that are happening these days. Okay, the ENA Foundation Our state challenge raised over 137,000, and that was way above their projected goal of 125,000. There are 3 states that are able to name scholarships for their state, and 3 from Kentucky. New York had 2, and Texas will also have 2. So that's interesting, and we always thank you for contributing to ENAF to provide scholarships for our colleagues. Again, I'm running 2 computers here, guys, so bear with me. Okay, what's happening? Hold on a sec. Okay, our conference is coming up really soon. I know you know all about it. 36 contact hours, over 150 sessions available. ENA is going to showcase innovative exhibits in our hands-on advanced ED space, and new technology for emergency department featured technology such in the ED tech space. And opening session is going to include a large-scale mass casualty incident training drill. That was fun the last time we did that. Early bird registration was extended this year, but just closed on August 1st. There are still some VIP passes available for purchase. If you're interested, check that out under events. VIP attendees will receive an Amazon Fire tablet, free access to conference on demand, free coffee at the convention center. Coffee's always good. And there'll be lots of ways also to support the foundation while you're there. Okay, the opening party is going to be at the Ballpark Village adjacent to the Busch Stadium. The foundation is selling wristband options for the event. The foundation will also be selling a zip-up lightweight jacket for $50, which will benefit our scholarship program. They are very nice. I've seen them. They have a logo on them of the foundation, and they're very much mirror golf attire quality. So bring some money with you and support the foundation while you're in St. Louis. General Assembly, as you well know, is the body responsible for developing policies and positions, direction for matters relating to emergency nursing practice, and communicates member needs to the board. We're going to be at the headquarters hotel for General Assembly, which is the Marriott Grand. The first day will be a half-day session. The second will be a full-day session, which is a little flip from what we're used to. We've already heard from India about the resolutions and clinical practice regarding this year, and also make sure you take a look at the revised bylaws that are being presented. We heard member comments, and it was a task force that was appointed by last year's board of directors. It was not the board of directors that did all of these revisions, et cetera. So I want you to make sure that you take a look at those before you come to St. Louis. Should be a very interesting discussion, right, India?
Yes.
Yes, it always is, isn't it, huh?
Yes, it is.
But I know that there was a lot of angst about the bylaw changes, and I think they have come to some good conclusions. So we hope that you guys will take a look at those very carefully before you come to vote. Our national election is going to start on the 25th and end on September 15th, and that will be during the annual meeting. So please take the time to review all the candidates' qualifications for the on the national website and exercise your right to choose. This year, the winners will be announced at the closing ceremony of annual meeting. You'll also have the opportunity to vote at annual meeting if you haven't already voted before you came, but make sure you have your voting pass code so that, you know, if you do vote on site, that you don't lose track of that. We had a record number of 22 recipients for Lannan Awards. The reason I have Ohio listed there in red is because I'm going to Ohio very shortly, so I had that already stashed into my slides. So sorry if I didn't have Indiana's information in there. I didn't know whether you guys had anything going. I think I looked it up and I didn't see anything specific for Lantern Awards.
Yeah,
we have.
Kansas was redesignated.
Yep.
Oh, wonderful. That's good to hear. I think they were just listing on my piece that came through my email with the new folks. So if I missed you, I apologize. I like to sort of personalize these slides for everybody so they don't become boring. There's going to be a nice honorary ceremony for these folks and a wonderful achievement for everyone. Okay, what's new in education? Because of last year, we had a General Assembly resolution that requested that ENA provide some information and education regarding management of behavioral health disorders. So this is the piece that came out just in July, management of pediatric behavioral health disorders in ED. It's a module available on ENA Learn. So I hope you'll take advantage of that. It's a course based online, includes resources and behavioral management techniques. And it's nice to know that resolutions come to fruition, isn't it?
Yeah.
That your voices are heard and something gets done. Okay, what's new on the new website, other than the fact that it's a little crazy? I don't know if any of you were able to participate in the State and Chapter Leaders webinar on August 2nd that talked about navigating the new site. There is a tutorial there. It's not very deep, let me put it that way. But don't worry, that session has been recorded, so you'll be notified as chapter leaders and state leaders when you can access that. The site is more mobile friendly, so it's more easy to browse on your phone, tablet, or desktop. And if you have any problems, please send an email to contact@ena.org. That's contact@ena.org if you're having troubles. Or let me know and I'll do what I can to help you out. Our new newsletter, our ENA Stat, which you should be getting weekly as every member does, just has a different look. It coincides with our new website. It's important that you open these and take a look and see what's in there. They're a little briefer. They're easier to do a click and find more information. So especially those of you in leadership roles, you'll be getting the State Pulse e-newsletter, but this stat goes out to every member. So it's really important that you take advantage of the information that's being convened there. We have 2 Cambodian trips now planned. Instead of 1 trip a year, there'll be 2, one in October and one in February. If you love this experience and you're considering participating in this humanitarian venture, you can contact ena.org. All right, what's happening next? Okay, has anyone been to our National ENA building in Des Plaines, Chicago?
Yep. Yes.
I bet some of you have been there. Okay, so this is the building you see here. That's been our home for 18 years. The technology, the infrastructure, and the physical workspace is not meeting our needs because we are growing like the little old lady that lived in a shoe. So we have, after much research and financial analysis, have decided as a board just last month that ENA is in a very strong financial position to move forward with the purchase of a new building. So all I can tell you at this point is that we have made site visits to area buildings close to our current location so we can maintain and continue with our current staff in the building, and found a very promising prospect. So we're moving forward with that, and we'll let you know more probably at General Assembly and at National. So we just wanted you to know that this is happening and coming. So we hope that you will be as excited as we are to have a new home. Save the date. The State and Chapter Leaders Orientation will be in New Orleans next year, and we're moving it to January to give you a quicker jump start as new leaders. We'll be at the Intercontinental Hotel in New Orleans, and it provides a larger meeting space to accommodate all of our key leaders. So maybe more folks will be registered. And if you're interested, future locations for the national conference will be next year in Pittsburgh and the following year in Austin, Texas. And there are the dates in case you want to jot them down.
That's Pittsburgh, Austin.
Austin. All right. And how can you make it a difference in your association? I just want to close with some few actions you can take to help jumpstart your meeting. First of all, get our membership engaged in what we're doing, there's a challenging program that we launched in March, and it rewards current members for recruiting new members. So all you want to do is make sure that when you recruit a new member, put your name and number down on their application, or let Ian know that you recruited somebody new. There are all kinds of points you can earn to do this, and you can do it through 2020. So you've got lots of time, and I think the most important thing is to engage folks once they've joined us, and also to retain them. So staying involved, come to conference. It's fabulous, exciting time for everybody to get away from work and enjoy each other's company and enjoy good education. Make sure you encourage your members to vote in your local elections and also your national election. Post things on ENA Connect, ask questions, enjoy the community out there and what's happening. Make sure you read your communiques and volunteer as best as you can. If it's just for a small time or a quick committee work or something, it doesn't have to be a major commitment. You'll find that it's very, very rewarding. And as I said before, make sure that you join ENA's 411 for legislative updates, because I think that's really important. And that's it. Aren't you glad I'm done? Any questions from anybody?
Did you hear we have a new state health commissioner who's become your Surgeon General?
Did you hear that?
I heard that. Yeah, I did. I keep up with all that stuff. I get something called Morning Consult, and it comes every day, and it's all about what's going on at the federal level and all kinds of things and appointments, et cetera. So I'm up to date on all this stuff, just to kind of lurk in the background and stay informed. I think that's more important than sometimes trying to get involved and not being able to. Any other questions?
Any other questions for Ellie?
No. Thank you for that update. That was great. I think sometimes it's a little tough from when you're in a small chapter or state not to, right in the heart or the thick of things to really get a grasp of what the ENA is doing. And I think for a lot of the bedside nurses, I get asked the question is like, what does the ENA do for me? And I think they don't really get to realize all of the stuff that's happening in the background that, for the position statements and the delegations and the resolutions and the lobbying and the, advocating for, safety precautions for violence and acuity and boarding and that kind of thing. So I thank you for, making sure you bring that to our attention. So.
You are welcome, and I thank you guys too. Appreciate it very much. To having the opportunity to present this, guys, to you. There is so much going on, and it changes every day. So once you get into this new website and know where you're looking for things, look for the practice and research area, because there's so much going on. The Position Statement Committee and all the national committees and work teams are pumping out the best quality resources for you at the bedside. So if you're looking for something, look for it there. And if you don't find it, ask. And also search online and Google things, because you'll find you can connect with other websites and find the information that you're looking for. So thanks for the opportunity. I appreciate it.
Very good. Thank you.
Sherry?
Oh, wait.
Questions?
Hold on. We have one more question.
Hey, Mary, it's Justin. I remember speaking to you last week in Kentucky. But before I forget, because I probably would, as far as suggestions for the ENA website, I think the learn and the education part, that's the one that's kind of a little bit difficult, just because if you're trying to look for the educational stuff, is that under learn or is that under education? And I think that's maybe where some of the mix-up is coming from on the new site. So.
Oh, okay. I'll check that out myself, and I'll let them know that that's still been a little bit of a challenge. Again, I've been back and forth with the board for the past week, telling them since I've been to Kentucky some of the issues that we've been having. So I want to make sure you guys have a good experience and that you don't hate the new website and say, oh God, I can't even do it, you know. So we want you to feel comfortable with it. So I appreciate that.
Thank you.
And I think some of the growing pains
All right.
get used to where everything's stored. So
The search function's better.
yeah, the search function is
Yeah.
great.
Totally better.
Not quite, but it's not quite there yet.
It's not there, but it's a much better search
Hey,
function.
we're already challenged technologically as we get older. It's like, what? So, you know, I'm with you. I understand completely, and I want to make it easy for everybody too. So I'm going to mute myself, and I'll be leaving you guys in about 20 minutes because I have another appointment at 2:30. Okay?
Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Yeah. Feel free to contact me anytime if you have a question or a comment or a concern about anything that you want me to take back to the national office. Okay? Please feel free.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.